So this is the handover video for the Chausson 768 XLB. Quick walk around the outside, the habitation door, the fridge vents, toilet cassette. Simply remove, pull up the handle, remove out, press the orange button and take the grey cap off the end to empty it. Put the grey cap back on, slide it back in and then close the door. Back of that we have the freshwater valve, so underneath here you'll see there's a little black handle. Pull it to open, push it to empty. That releases the grey water that you put down your sink or your shower. Behind that we have the gas barbecue point. Rear locker door, so you gain entrance into these by twisting the locks and opening up. I also have one at the rear. Light switch, mains electrical point and 12 volt, silver screens and carpets, and plenty of storage within. To close it, simply twist, put your key in, turn it quarter turn and push it in to lock it. The back, open it up, gives you access. Above there you have got your bike rack mounting and a reverse camera. And to the passenger side we have got the gas locker area marked with LPG. Inside here is your regulator. Moving forward from the gas locker you have your flue vent. Also inside the gas locker here Chausson provides you with a mains cable, a fire extinguisher, carbon monoxide detector and a smoke alarm. To lock it up, twist it like I showed you on the other ones and press the button in to lock it. Moving forward of that we've got an external shower point. Just push this in and then push that little fit in to release it, your external shower. The side of that we've got your main water tank, freshwater tank. Fill it up by removing the black cap by twisting it, put your hose pipe in to fill it up. You've got the big black cap, give you access to cleaning, and below you've got the little Brian rocker switch. So on the door it does tell you in which position to fill it up, to the maximum level or the minimum level. The minimum level will only work once your pump is turned off. Underneath that you'll see another sticker that is telling you that your freshwater drain is underneath. And that is located underneath the vehicle here, just on that small blue pipe at the top. We will have a fitting which we'll show you how to put on, which is a push fit. It simply pushes onto that little blue one and holds the water in the tank. To drain the water you remove the little black or white fitting off the pipe itself and that will drain the tank down to zero. Back into your area here you have your electrical side of the locker where we have your main fuses, they're all pictured, and the main RCD box. There is an indication on the door telling you how to test it, what to use it, and there is English just down there at the bottom. Mains cable point, just located here, pushes in quite simply, and then to release it you just put that blue button down, that releases the mains cable from there. Forward of that you have got your diesel point, so the door locks it in place so you don't need a key. Diesel point at the top, AdBlue at the bottom. There is a counter on the dash that lets you know when the AdBlue is running out, so please follow the instructions in the handbook for that. Forward of that then we've got your bonnet release catch. Put your key in, turn it to the left and then turn it to the right to open it. Underneath the bonnet we have screen wash, oil filler point, dipstick, positive point which is for jumping the vehicle with the little red cap, and then negative point has a little plate here that shows just underneath here, just on this little bracket is where you would connect the negative terminal. Quick point of view as well, they'll all have little plates on them just here with their build numbers, so you'll find that if we ask you for parts, just ask for the build number which is underneath the bonnet just there. The vehicle has central locking, so lock it and unlock it, and that will do both habitation doors and cab doors. Moving then into the vehicle itself, we have a bin, a blind and a fly screen. For your travelling passengers, I've set it up first of all with the Smart Lounge, so you have travelling seats on both sides of the vehicle with full restraining seat belts, and that's how it looks from behind. Above at the front we have a big opening roof light, and that opens by winding the handle and releasing each of the catches just like that. There's 4 in total, and that will allow the window to open. It has on it as well a fly screen and a blind. Simply just push them back down. This little box at the front is quite important. That is your isolation for the drop down bed. This model's fitted with a drop down bed, so the key's got to be horizontal for the bed to work. In the vertical position it won't, and behind that cover is where your manual winder will go into to wind the bed up and down if you do have an electrical fault. Below that we have the twin USB charging points, and just below that again we have a light switch which works the 2 LED lights, one on either side with the little switch. Your main battery charger is located just in that cupboard there, and it has a little red light on at the bottom to show you that it is working. Once you put the seats away, the lounge area goes back to looking like that. You have an extender piece which has a little bracket that slides out to hold that in place for additional kitchen storage. Kitchen itself has 2 gas rings and an electric, an oven and a grill. All the varying controls are just here. Turn it right for the grill, left for the oven, your 2 gas and your 1 electric. You have an igniter there to ignite it. Please remember to leave the grill open once grilling. To the side of that you have your sink, just there. We'll come on that to doing the water system in the moment. And you have blinds and fly screens on all the windows. Below the worktop is your mains plug-in point and your button for the electric bed. Cutlery drawer. Remember when travelling to press the button in, and then storage underneath. Again, remembering to press that in. So the main control panel is located just above the habitation door. The first thing you want to do is press the top left hand button. It illuminates green, and that is to put your 12-volt power inside the vehicle. The button at the side of it, once it's on, it illuminates blue, and that is your master control for your lights. The vehicle has several different light switches around the vehicle which will turn off the lights that you turn, but that light has to be on the vehicle for them to work. Next button along is the pump, and you'll see that everything now illuminates to let you know that it is working. Button across from there is your external awning light. You have an indicator below when you're hooked up to mains, as we are now, to tell you that it is powering from mains. Buttons below then, starting from the left, you have an indicator that tells you what power is in your habitation battery. Next one along is the vehicle, and it tells you what's in your vehicle battery. Next one along to that, once you have water in, it will tell you what's in your freshwater tank. Your wastewater indicator is just located here, and it will light with an LED light once it is full. The button at the very bottom on the right hand side is to dim or brighten the control panel, whichever suits you. To the left of that we have the heating and the hot water controls, and I'm going to come back to that once I show you how to close your valve on your boiler. The boiler valve is located underneath the bed, so lift the bed up just as such, and it's located just underneath this panel. Can be quite tricky to remove, but I'll remove it now and show you. So this is where your boiler's located, and the item that we're interested in this particular area is down at the bottom here. Now this is the blue diamond, is your frost protection valve. In the position that it's in at the moment, across the vehicle and with the little black nipple pointed in, that is in an operation position. You also have a little blue circular button at the bottom that needs pushing in. Once you want to drain the system down, I'll show you how that works now. You simply just twist and you will see that the nipple comes out in the top, and right at the bottom, I think you can just see it there, the blue button comes out. If the blue button's not in, or the diamond's in that position, water will simply run out your freshwater tank onto the floor through the boiler. So you must have that closed across and that blue button pressed in, just as I've demonstrated there. Once that's done, you can turn your taps then through to the cold, a hot position, which shown just on the taps. This one's towards the wall for hot and towards the window for cold. Put it through to the hot position, open the tap up with the pump turned on, and it will pull the air through your freshwater tank through the boiler to your lines. Now you might see it spitting and splurting, but that's basically the air just being pulled through the system. Do that on the sink in the kitchen area, the shower tap in the shower area, and lastly in the bathroom area. Once you've got a steady stream of water from all them 3 points, turn the taps off by pulling them simply down, and that means that the boiler then will be full. Come to your control panel, press the button on. Now you'll see it comes up with a few different options, so I'm going to run through it with you. You can revert to your handbook or watch a previous video, but basically the motorhome one, first select it by turning the little dial left and right to the temperature you want. Select the temperature. The next option then you want to select is your water, so either off, slow, high or boost, and boost takes all the power away from the heating to get it to up to temperature as quickly as possible. The Chausson utilises the Truma D system, so diesel and electric, fuel being your first option. Click into it, and then you can have a mixture of 1 kilowatt electric and diesel, 2 kilowatt of electric and diesel, 1 kilowatt electric only, and 2 kilowatt electric only. When you've decided which one you want, you simply press the button in the middle to select it. The next option along is your fan speed, so how hot or cold or fast you want the fans blowing. 3 options on here, guys, so eco, high, or once the system's been running and the fan started, you can then select the boost. Now the boost option on both the water and the heating takes the power away from each one that you've decided, so you can't have them on at once. So you either select boost on the water or on the heating, depending on which one you want to heat quickest. The other options we've got then are timer settings, which you'll just see now coming up. You can program it, change the time itself. You have got settings facilities, which you might need that to reset the boiler. Again, follow your instructions, and you've got an indicator to tell you that you are plugged into mains. When you're shutting down the system, turn this off before you pull your electric out or set off, and it will tell you that you turned off by pressing and holding that center button. Fridge operations, turn the fridge on by pressing that square button just there when the little LED appears. This model has an auto function, so by pressing the auto it will search the strongest source of fuel that you've got. If you want to change it off that, then you can manually select the mains electric. The vehicle battery option, as shown here, will only work when your engine is running. Does not work when the engine is not running. Next option is your gas. Obviously you need to have gas connected and have tried it pulling it through the actual hobs first, is what I would recommend. or again the automatic function. The options to the right of that are your temperature settings from the hottest to the coldest. To gain entry into it, you simply pull the handle towards the habitation door. You'll see there's a little light appears underneath. Inside here you've got a large freezer compartment and a fridge compartment. When turning it off, simply press the square button and hold it, and you'll see the lights go off. Bed operation, make sure, little key is that you put that away and that is fully flush, just like that, before you drop the bed. And the bed then operates just using that switch. Press it down and the bed drops down to the set position. It's only one position really on this. The ladders depict the height, but you've got plenty of room. Ladders are located just underneath there, and your protection netting, which goes into the little eyelets on the frame and on the roof at the front and the back of the vehicle. To put it back up, you simply just press the up button, keep your finger on it, and it will go up. Your table on this one is a manual table. To raise your table up, you need to just lift up that little red lever. That will then hold it in place and allow you to have it in the higher position. It does have a extender option on this particular model, so the table will extend over, and then how large or small you want the table. It does slide forward and backwards, left and right, should you wish, to give you more access around the living area. The curtains have magnets, allow you to lift it up and out of the way, just like that. That's the same on the front and the back. So I mentioned earlier in the video, it does have the easy bed option on here, and your tool is just located just underneath here. What you do, guys, is you push it through the hole just there, and it goes onto the fitting just like that, and then simply wind the handle clockwise to raise the bed up, or anti-clockwise to lower it down. You can travel with the bed in any position, but just make sure that that frame is fully down when doing it. In the rear of area, you've got two lockers above and two storage areas either side. Make sure again before you're travelling that them buttons are pressed in. You have the Omnivent system here from Fiamma, which is an electric roof vent. You need to put the power on, and again the lights will come on, and then it will spin around depending on which way you want the air to go, which it's marked up. You would press the relevant button. You have a fly screen and blind on that as well, same as you do in the back area here. So fly screen there, blind on the bottom. You open the roof vents with the little dial here, so twist, but remembering to unlock the little latches. They're the same in the bathroom area. You have a towel rail or a coat hook, just to put your wet towels or your coats, and then to lock them, simply pull the doors together. Please do this in transit. There's a magnet that goes on there, and then the latch just locks in place. The sliding door slides just like that, but remember in transit to strap it in using the little bracket there. In the rear area you have a little storage compartment on the passenger side and another twin USB charging point to the rear of the vehicle. Light switches for the rear are located on the driver's side, just lower there, and above that you have a mains and 12 volt and aerial point should you want a TV fitted in the rear. The front TV point is located just above the fridge, and again you've got your variant sockets just behind it, and it adjusts up and down, left to right, just there. Bathroom area, so you must remember to have the blade valve in the correct position. On this particular model it's towards the left to pull the toilet cassette out. To open it you turn it to the right. Behind you have the flush button and the indicator to tell you when the toilet cassette's getting full. Light switches are located here just for the shower and the bathroom area. It's often forgot where they are. Storage compartment underneath. Sliding compartment just here so it slides to close. Toothbrush holder and soap holder just there, and again you'll see the door is dividing it off from the front area. The roof light above again has a blind and a fly screen and a winding handle to open it up. Cab wise you have your forward to back adjuster, and on the front of the Ford you have this little bar here that allows you to swivel the chairs around. Both captain's seats on the passenger and the drivers will swivel round. Everything I've shown you is inside the pack that we give you, which comes from Chausson, which includes all the Ford and the Chausson instructions. Running through the cabs, this is an automatic option. We have the air conditioning, the radio, the reverse camera, airbag and glove box, another 12 volt charging point there and one above, steering wheel controls, indicators and windscreen wipers. Below to the right is your lights. You have an auto function on these, and your mirror switches for deciding which angle you want your wing mirrors, electric windows, and you've also got a locking point on there. Premium is fitted with Remis blinds, and you pinch them together and pull them across for the front, and for the side you just pull them across there and they magnetise in to close the vehicle up in an evening. That concludes the handover. Hope you find this video useful. We would love your feedback and enjoy.